Have you ever reacted to a situation too quickly and then made a mess of things? Or have you ever waited too long and then said, I wish I had acted when I had an opportunity? I think we've all had situations like that. I remember when my father first told me to buy Disney stock before it even came to Florida. And I wish I had acted quicker because Disney stock was skyrocketing rapidly. And it split 2 for 1 several times. I did get in and buy it, and I did make a lot of money, but nevertheless, sometimes when we hesitate, it's painful. At the same time, sometimes when we rush ahead and do things on impulse, we make a terrible mistake and have a real mess on our hands as well. It reminded me of 3 very important sayings, not scriptural sayings, just wise sayings. The first one is, with the little things we won't do and the big things we can't do, we wind up doing nothing. Let me say it again for you. With the little things that we won't do and the big things we can't do, we wind up doing nothing. That's the first one. Second saying is, strike while the iron is hot. That's what I should have done with the Disney stock. I had every reason to believe my father was going to be correct, and had not missed many opportunities in the past when he saw good opportunities and had always been right. So striking when the iron is hot is a very prudent thing, and it's a good statement to remember. The third one is, he who hesitates is lost. He who hesitates is lost. Now, let me put that one in a context that you can see the both sides of the coin here. That's a phrase that I learned from my stepmother, and she almost always said it when she came to a stop sign. There was cars coming in the opposite direction, and she chased on through the stop sign. Now you can see that he who rushes through is also lost. And so there's this balance, and it's an important balance. So how do we as Christians know the balance of when to charge ahead, when to wait, and when to do the little things? Well, in Psalm 37, verse 7, it says, rest in the Lord and wait patiently. Now, I'm not going to finish the verse right this second because I want to make a point to you. The answer is that all 3 of the sayings that I said to you are true in the right set of circumstances. But the only way we know the right set of circumstances is to be sure we have a word from God. Now let me say that again very clearly, that we have a word from God. It's not what we want to do. It's not what everybody's pushing us to do, but it's that we're sure that's what God told us to do. It's awfully easy to confuse our own will with God's will, especially when the outcome will be pleasant for us, or at least we think it'll be pleasant for us. Now, let me go back and make some sense out of Psalm 37. Down at verse 7, you have to understand what it says in verses 3 through 7. Trust in the Lord. Delight yourself in the Lord. Commit your way to the Lord, and He will bring it forth. Do you notice where all the emphasis is? It's in trusting the Lord. It's in delighting in the Lord. It's committing to the Lord. And then He is the one who will make the right way. Now listen to the rest of verse 7. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Do not fret because of him who prospers in his way, because the man who carries out wickedness or wicked schemes. And so we need to understand that when we are making decisions, that we have the Lord that we have to put all of the emphasis on. And we have to trust Him. We have to delight in Him. We have to commit our ways to Him. And we know that then He will bring it forth as righteousness as light, and our judgment as noonday. And sometimes that means resting in the Lord. Sometimes that means waiting patiently for his answer. Do we charge ahead? Only when God says charge ahead. And be sure you're not listening to your still small voice instead of God's still small voice. And when it tells us to rest and wait on him patiently, sometimes his answer is wait, and sometimes waiting is the best. There have been several times in my life when I've seen that, when I've seen waiting as being the best answer. Yes, it's difficult. It becomes more difficult when charging ahead is what you want and not necessarily what the Lord wants. That's your thought for the day. God bless you and have a good day.